right, welcome to Talking Investing. I am Tom, and as always, this is not financial advice. Today, of course, I want to do our Bitcoin and Bitcoin miner update. I'll try and keep it quick today, but this was another wild day, so I got a lot of stuff coming at you. So if you're new to the channel, please remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Also, if everybody could please smash the like button. Lastly, if you're interested and you can become a member of the channel by hitting the join button on the YouTube page, it should be right next to the subscribe button. If you don't see that, there should be a link below in the description. Members get some members-only content. Once a week, we do a members-only live stream. On that live stream, members get to pick a company for me to do a deep dive video on. So we have a bunch of content built up in there. We'd love to have you join us. We have a lot of fun on the live streams. Okay, let's talk about Bitcoin and the Bitcoin miners. I'm going to start on the Bitcoin miner big board because once again, this was a quiet day compared to most of the days this year, but still, we had 5 in double-digit moves today. So that has been the theme. 10% or more on multiple of these stocks day after day after day. So today is no exception, even though Bitcoin had a very small move on the day. We will look at that next. But first, let's take a look at the big board. So Bitfarms was up 13.5% yesterday. Those of you watching on the live stream, I did whine a little bit about the fact that Bitfarms underperformed yesterday. It was only up about 2% on a day where things had a much better day than that. But however, today it made up its ground. It was up 13.5%. HUT was up 9.93%, so I'm rounding that up to double digits. That's a 10% move to the upside. GREE was up 14%. Core Scientific was up 11.5%. And DMG Blockchain was up just under 11%. So those are the double-digit movers. We did have some to the downside as well. There were 3 or 4 pretty decent moves to the downside. Cypher was down 6.5%. Wolf was down 7%. DigiHost was down 7.5%. Now, some of those have been on big runs. Later, I am going to look and show you guys what all the Bitcoin miners have done on this list year to date, because some of these have just done spectacular things year to date. We have several that have more than doubled. And remember, today's only January 19th, so we are at the very beginning of the year. Just to wrap it up, I want to talk about the 2 big market caps. Marathon and Riot are the 2 largest market cap Bitcoin miners by far out of all these Bitcoin miners. So Marathon was up 6.22% on the day, and Riot was just up a little bit, 1.2%. So Riot had run way out ahead of Marathon, and Marathon has been slowly catching up. They're virtually getting even in market cap, so they tend to play this game. So I like to keep my eye on those 2, and they were both in the green today. But again, Marathon did have a better day than Riot again today. Okay, so before I get to the Bitcoin charts, I want to go to a year-to-date summary. So this is how the Bitcoin miners have performed year-to-date. So again, that's just from January 1st of 2023 to today, January 19th. I think this is maybe the 12th or 13th trading day of the year, so we are extremely early in the year. And you're going to see these things have had monstrous moves, very outsized versus the action in Bitcoin. Bitcoin has also off to a great start this year, but nothing like this. So right now I'm going to show you these in a particular order. This was my top 4 list, and really, it's my top 8 list. Okay, so Riot is up 71%, which is outstanding. Cleanspark is actually lagging. I believe they're in last place out of the 18 Bitcoin miners that I am following as far as how much of their stock has gone up in the year 2023. So they're only up 22%. So that is very much lagging the field. So HUT is up 95%. That's just under a double. So it's a few pennies away from being a double. It's been there at certain points during the day. It may close there tomorrow. Bitfarms is up 148%. So this is actually much more than a double. So Bitfarms was trading in the 30s. It's back over $1 today. It closed at $1.09. So I feel good about my top 4. Cleanspark is lagging. So for me, I've been dollar cost averaging into Cleanspark a little bit because it's lagging. I still feel relatively the same about this list. So obviously, this is not financial advice. Just because I'm buying Cleanspark doesn't mean you should buy Cleanspark. Please do your own due diligence. All of these Bitcoin miners, you can see here, we happen to be on the upswing, so these numbers are fantastic, but you guys have been watching my charts all year. Most of these stocks are down between 90 and 99% over the last 12 to 14 months, so please be super careful. Marathon's up 115%, Riot's up 71%. Okay, so just to put that in perspective, because these really are by far the two largest market cap Bitcoin mining companies. Most of these Bitcoin mining companies, more than half of them are nano cap stocks, somewhere in the $15 million to $50 million market cap. However, Riot currently has the largest market cap, and it's just under $1 billion. It did get over $1 billion a few days ago. Marathon was as high as $7.5 billion market cap all by itself in November of 2021. But right now, Riot stands as the largest market cap at $966 million. You can see Marathon is right behind them at $857 million. So those are the two big ones. There's a gigantic drop off to third place. My number 6 stock was stock ticker IREN, Iris Energy. So they are currently up 50%. And again, this is in 3 weeks. So that's actually outstanding, spectacular performance. But when you compare it to their peers, it's actually underperforming versus their peers. You can see out of my top 8, that's the second worst one. Then we jump to Cypher. They're up 69%, so that's a nice run. And then Hive Blockchain has more than doubled. They are up 101% as of the close today. So volatility is the word of the year for 2023. So yesterday was a red day. Today was a mixed bag. Some things were very green. There's a lot more of this to come. But the good news is this certainly seems to be trending in the right direction. And this rally, whether it's a relief rally or whatever you want to call it, is long overdue. Those of you familiar with the channel, you know I've been calling for this for 3 or 4 months. We're finally getting this rally here. So we will see. I'm not sure how much of the rally is left. We'll take a look at that next when we go look at the charts. I just want to round out and show you the rest of the Bitcoin miners that I have on my watch list. So I have 4 of these that I'm fairly neutral on, and then I have 6 that I did a video on. These are the 6 that I think are least likely to survive an extended crypto winter. One of these is actually the absolute leader out of all the stocks, and that is GREE. So for whatever reason, GREE is up 204% so far in January. To me, that is an absolute mystery. Now, they're a nano cap stock company, so it is easier to make these types of moves. Mawson's been doing well. They're up 67%. Argo Blockchain 59%, and they were up over 100% before this 59%. So the last week of December, they had already doubled. This is on top of that. So then you'll see we do have a few laggers down here. Wolf is at 24, Stronghold's at 24, and Core Scientific is at 29%. Okay, so that just leaves Bit Digital. They're up 102%. So altogether, that makes 6 of these stocks that have more than doubled. In other words, they're up more than 100%. And HUT is just right behind them at 95%, so that would be 7. So you can see this is spectacular performance. DMG Blockchain, just to round things out, DMG Blockchain's up 69%, and then Any, which is Sphere 3D, is up 43%. So everybody is in the green. Everybody has had a great year, some much better than others. So the year is early. Let's look at the Bitcoin chart. Okay, Bitcoin on the 15-minute time frame. As always, there's an orange line where Bitcoin was when the market closed yesterday. So that was just at around $20,730. You can see we held real tight to that line for almost all night long and into the morning. The markets opened right here, and then we took a nice little run up and then had a very nice run up. And just about an hour and a half before the market closed, Bitcoin got to its high on the day, which was just under $21,200. So that's a nice run up. We are looking at this blue line here. This blue line is at $21,478, so we're still a few $100s away from that. We did try to break above that once. It proved to be resistance in the short term. That is my goal right now, is we need a breakout from this line if we're going to get the next and probably the last 1 or 2 legs of this relief rally, if there's any left at all. Let's zoom out to the 1 day. So this becomes more evident on the 1 day. You can see from the bottom, we already had a very nice run. We double bottomed here at just around $15,500. So from that point on November 21st until today on January 19th, we're up about 35% on Bitcoin. So this is a nice rally. This may be the whole rally. I do think we have a chance at some other numbers. I want to go to one more chart, and I'm going to show you the numbers that we're looking at. So the first thing is, in order to achieve any of these numbers, this line right here, this is the blue line we were just looking at, at 21,478. That has shown resistance. These are the daily candles, so you can see 1, 2, 3 days in a row we touched or candle wicked above that, but could not hold the day. So we've pulled back a little. Today is a green candle. It's likely to close a green candle unless something drastic happens, so we're moving back up. So my first price target is this purple line. If we can break out, that's at around 22,400. Then I'm gonna go to another chart and just show you my last few. Okay, this is the Bitcoin chart also on the 1-day time frame. This is using the Fibonacci retracement tool. So I do very rarely use this, but we seem to be absolutely in the middle of 2 Fibonacci levels. So I do think it's having some relevance right now, and Bitcoin may be trading on this. And I know a lot of traders do use this. So you'll see the 61.8% level. That's the most significant level of all the Fibonacci levels. You'll see we ran right into that. This Fibonacci line turned out to be almost perfect resistance. By the same token, you can see yesterday we went right exactly down to this 50% retracement line. So that line held, we bounced off of that almost perfectly, went back up, and now we're having a green day heading back towards the 61.8% line. So if we can get back to this line and if we can get over this line, then I showed you a target that I had at around 22,400. The next Fibonacci line is actually up here at 23,169. And then the final one after that would be at 25,238. So those are my 3 potential price targets. If somehow we can find some more legs in this rally and get a little bit more out of this, I am expecting a pullback at some point. So, I'm hoping for the next leg or 2 up, but don't be surprised if at some point we do take a breather and the price of Bitcoin comes down a little bit, because we are very overbought. We're in territories we haven't been in a long time. So I'm going to keep coming to you every day with this until, we get where we're going. Every single day so far has been a lot of action in January. So that's what's going on with Bitcoin today. That's what's going on with Bitcoin so far this year. Please remember to subscribe to the channel. You can hit the button down below right here. There should be a subscribe button. And over here, there should be a couple of recent videos. So you can check out some more of my content if you want there. Thanks again so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.